Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pyramid 4. This is my new channel where I am going to focus mostly on trance channeling, although there will be other non-political things on this channel. Today, I'm just going to channel whatever Spirit has to offer. Special thanks to the V group. I've been going way out in space and talking to some light beings with their help, and that is who I'm going to contact today because they give really amazing, terrific answers. I don't know what there will be today, but we'll find out. If you'd like to trance channel yourself, take a look at my website and I can teach you. Let's see what Spirit has to tell us. I always like to explain the process that I go through. So I do a couple of pyramids to put myself in a safe place. As I do this, I highly recommend any kind of method that will make you feel more safe as you do this work. So, some unusual images here this time. I'm not going up steps as I usually do. It's almost like a crack between the clouds. And I'm lifting up towards the light between the clouds. And actually, I am sort of doing the stairway thing again. I see these characters like Anubis, who's the god of the dead. He is there kind of showing me a way. Okay. Now I'm following a bird. Climbing up and up. And sort of the bird goes beyond the very top of the pyramid that surrounds me. Although it would have to be a really big pyramid, it's going beyond such a pyramid. Hmm. So, who comes to speak through me? I have an image of a sort of tree here, a tree in a circle. And I often get world tree images in my work. So is it Theo? It is Theo. He speaks again. I have never encountered this character except one time before last week. And it's he who wishes to speak. He or it. Let's see. I'm gonna give permission to speak through me in a moment. Good people of the planet Earth, there is so much energy going around you right now. The swirling elements of events and their reporting are completely overwhelming your psyches. In a way, it is like you are being broken apart so that you can come back together again. This is not going to be a simple process. It's going to be very, very lengthy and full of tiresome details that you have to deal with. It's not the end of the world. There could be other periods of time when the humans on Earth were in much, much, much more difficulty. But now it is different. It is sort of a continuous, perpetual stress, a little bit difficult even to define what's going on around you. As it's going on, it is also taking place so quickly, so incompletely, that is, even though the events come about, there is never really a solution to the events. The number of people who believe in something is never beyond a 75%, no matter how real and true it is. This is what is frustrating you. You don't know what the truth is anymore. You're scrambling to trying to define the truth, but the truth is elusive. Accept this, accept that the truth is going to be elusive for many people. In some sense, this is very much of an individuation process that each individual has to accept that the truth is what they are creating, what they are making it to be. This doesn't mean that everybody has an accurate understanding of the world around them at all. However, what is the truth is what is being spoken right now. The truth, how do you know it? We could go on for hours about the details of this, but the point is simple. The point is you as an individual are seeking your own truths. You can no longer count on a political body to do what you wish them to do. It's now necessary for you to be completely and constantly involved in this creation, if you will. This is not necessarily a bad thing. It is making you event worthy, if you will. It is a sort of practice for individuation. It is sort of understanding the world from your perspective. And it is a learning to trust yourself and trust what you see and know to be true. Your truth will not be the same as another truth. You may see beyond other people and find patterns that others don't. Again, we can go on with this, but we wish to suggest that this is a suspiciously difficult time. It may not necessarily be perceived as bad as other times, but it is stressful. It is frustrating you. We can only suggest that you do everything in your power to calm yourself, do everything to get perspective, do everything to be drawn to other individuals, that is, get together with others who are seeing the world to some degree like you are seeing them. It is not a perfect match, it does not need to be exact, but generally speaking, it is preferable for us to go together with other people who can help us along the way. These are not necessarily people unified in a political persuasion or any other persuasion. It is a little bit more like-minded people getting together. This will be helpful. They will remind you of the truth and of your truth. They will sustain you. It is obvious that this could go in a negative direction, but we speak to those who wish to go in a positive direction. Find people that you are comfortable with. You will need them in the future to follow the path that is ahead of you. We might project this in a certain image. The path ahead of you is a road, but you cannot see too far ahead. It is not paved, but dirty. It has potholes, and you must figure out a way to drive it without feeling the bumps so much, as it were. Try your best to avoid overwhelming contact with information. That is, it is easily possible in your time to spend an entire day sitting in front of a computer and learning about everything there is. We would suggest that this is not really learning, it is a distraction. There is another method of learning which you will not necessarily find on the internet. It comes through the self. Notice this. Notice what happens when you are on your own without any kind of device. How much better do you feel? This is going to be important too for this present process. You need to know when you are agitated and when you are not agitated, and to make this a part of your plan. If you realize, for example, that you are quite agitated by the news, then give yourself only a certain amount of time, perhaps after dinner, if you will, where you spend a very specific amount of time that is, and you know for certain you will end it within that time. Do not continue, do not go off into tangents, do not spend too much time there. This can be extremely difficult to do, but for your own nature, you must pick a time when you will indulge yourself in a sort of freak out experience, we might call it, of news. This is also important to look at because your human experience is one of constant addictions. It's one of experiences that give certain kinds of pleasure, even if they don't seem to be pleasure, where you stay and reside. This is going to be a great problem in the future. It is going to be an issue which our societies deal with for the next 20 years at least. This addiction, we would say, is as bad as any other addiction. It is taking up your time, it is taking up your emotions, it is sucking your energy away. If there is any dark force on the planet Earth, it is that which manages the media in such a way that will suck your life away from you. We know that it is ironic to say this on a YouTube channel, but it is very important that you know the YouTube that can be used for positive or negative. You can find wonderful information that uplifts and helps you and your personality to achieve your goals, to learn and to do what humans do. However, it can also be used in the opposite directive. It can be used to delude, to deceive, to manage, to control. And it is up to you as an individual to be aware of this. When are you being manipulated? When are you learning? We would suggest only those two things are important. Notice when you are learning. Notice when you are feeding into a manipulation. The next few years will not be easy for those who are moving towards a greater awareness. You will find great frustration among your peers trying to convince them of some simple truths. We would say that you must accept this. Accept that they have a journey and you have a journey, and in some ways, your journey is benefited by the fact that they will not go on it with you. You are in a particular place, you are moving forward in a particular way. Accept that. Accept that it might be even unusual for you. Accept that it might be a sort of individual endeavor. We are bringing you to a place where you trust yourself more, where even if everyone disagrees with you in a room, you stick to your truths. We are bringing you to a place where you are able to speak up for yourself and your truths, and where it does not matter whether other people disagree with you or not. The truth is simply the truth, and it is yours. And you can state it without fear. There's no reason to go any further than this. If people don't accept your truth, move on to those who will, and move on to places where you feel accepted. Do not stay in a place where you are not accepted. It is simply not going to be a happy experience for you in your life. This does not mean you need to move to a new place, a new house. It just means you have to connect with those people in your neighborhood, even if it is online, and find those who will work well with you. There are many other things you can do to calm yourself. One of them is to look at all the positive forces around you in the universe. There are many right now who are fighting for the truth. There are ideal people who are doing beautiful things in the world. There are many around you who work silently to help others, who benefit the planet without necessarily benefiting themselves first. This is a beautiful thing. You can see it reflected all around you. You can look at nature and you can see the beautiful harmony that exists there. Place yourself there. Place yourself in the comfort of those who are doing good. And understand that this is a process. It might seem crazy to you. It might be going very quickly for you. Understand there is a reason for this. It will eventually slow down. There will come a point where the planet is in a greater state of enlightenment. Right now, it is in a state of change, perpetual change. Do not cling to these changes, for if you do, you will be harmed along the way. It is easier and better for you to observe the changes and also to do what you feel is necessary and important at this time to live on a better planet for yourself and others. But you cannot be attached to every single news data point. You cannot be attached to every single cause. You must pick and choose where you put your time. That is all you can do right now, and it is all that is necessary. If you went through your life and you accomplished only one thing, self awareness, that would be a brilliant success in this lifetime. If there is more, if you can do more, all the better. But no more is needed than awareness. There are choices that you are going to be compelled to make based on that awareness, but the awareness comes first. And with that awareness will come your salvation. Spend as much time as you can soothing the self as you move forward, because again, this is a difficult time full of a good deal of complications. We send this missive with a good deal of love and respect for what you are going through right now on the planet Earth. We appreciate how hard you are working and how quickly you must adjust to new information. This is why we have shown up at this time for many people to give advice and help. We cannot address this directly. We cannot go into your society and change things. It must be all of you that change it. And this may not happen immediately. It might happen slowly. Accept this and understand that this path is important for you, not just the society. It is about your learning, your creating, and your being. We wish that you have all of the love that you deserve on this path. We will cease this transmission. Thanks so much for watching. Take a look at my website.